Shruti, are you a Libra?
Yeah.
Then why are you still working?
What do you mean?
Have you not checked your horoscope today? You're gonna get a lot of money.
Does all this crap really matter? Let's find out. We've all met that one person. We are on a date, everything is going great, you're about to start a great conversation, you ordered some appetizers, and then suddenly they say, "Are you a Gemini?" Yikes, my ex was a Gemini. This is not going to work out. Is it the only acceptable form of discrimination left? Space racism, about 30% of Americans believe in this. But the entire country of India runs on this. You cannot get married if your kundalis don't match. We are building rockets to launch them into space through Newtonian physics, but we delay the launch because the Rahu is not working right. Today we're going to look at the history. Who started it? Does it really matter? Does Mars really care about your love life? Or is it just a rock floating in the vacuum? To understand why my friend thinks that Jupiter is the one paying his rent, we need to go 4,000 years back into Babylon. Back then, looking up wasn't just about finding yourself, it was about survival. The sky was the original calendar. If the Pleiades rose, you planted corn. If they set, you harvested. It was the cause and effect. Simple. But humans, we always make things about us. The Babylonians started thinking if the stars control the harvest, maybe they control the king. It was originally mundane astrology, predictions for the state. War, famine, weather. The Greeks got hold of it. And if you know the Greeks, they love drama and individualism. They took this system and personalized it. They invented the natal chart. Suddenly, the entire universe wasn't worrying about the harvest. It was worrying about the Stavros' anxiety problem. They mapped the sky into a 360-degree circle, divided it into 12, and boom! The zodiac system was born. A system frozen in time, and that frozen in the time part, keep that in mind because that is the problem.
But I read my horoscope today, and it was so accurate.
Okay, I'm just going to say something and tell me if this sounds like you. You are very critical of yourself. You find it very well when people admire you, when people listen to you. It is very hard for you to socialize. You're mostly introverted, but then you push yourself to socialize and eventually you find it good somewhere. Does it sound like you at all?
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Exactly my point. This is called the Barnum effect, named after the scientist P.T. Barnum, the showman who said, "There is a sucker born every minute." He gave his students a personality test. He ignored all of their answers and gave them the exact same vague paragraph I just told my friends. He asked them to rate the accuracy. The average rating, 4.26 out of 5. Our brains are pattern making machines. We take vague inputs like, "You will face a challenge today," and then we fill in the blanks with our real lives. Let's say we are standing in the traffic. We say, "Oh, these stars were right. I was stuck in the traffic. I faced this challenge today." Now, speaking of altering your perception of reality, let's talk about how you see things, or rather, how your camera sees things. We often try to make our digital footage look real, but sometimes real is boring. We want cinematic. We want feeling. This is Dehancer. It is a pro-level film emulation plugin that I've been using to give my videos that specific point junior texture. Digital video is usually too sharp. It's clinical. Dehancer fixes that by simulating real analog film physics. I'm talking about film grain that actually breathe, not just a static overlay put on the top. I'm talking about halation, that beautiful red-orange glow around bright lights that you see in old movies, and bloom, which softens the harsh digital edges. You can choose from over 60 real film profiles like Kodak Vision 3 or Cinestill. It's not a filter, it is a developing lab inside your computer. If you are a creator or if you're just someone who wants your vacation videos to look like indie movies, you need this. Check out the link in the description to get Dehancer at a discounted price. Okay, now enough about psychology, let's talk about physics, because this is where astrology doesn't just fail, it actually breaks. Remember when I said that the Greek froze zodiac 2000 years ago? Well, the earth wobbles like a spinning top that's slowing down. This is called precession of the equinoxes. Because of this wobble, the sky has shifted about 25 degrees since the zodiac was invented. So if you think you're a Leo, you're actually a Cancer. If you think you're a Sagittarius, you're actually a Scorpio. The constellations literally aren't where the astrologers say they are. You're basing your personality on a typo in the sky. But the biggest argument, planets exert a force on us. Which force? Gravity. Let's do the math. Jupiter is massive, but it is very, very far away. When you were born, the doctor who delivered you, let's say he weighed 80 kgs, was standing 0.5 meters away. Because he was so close, the gravitational pull of the doctor on your baby body was about 6 times stronger than the pull of Mars. So if gravity dictates your personality, you shouldn't be worried about Mars's force on you. You should be worried about the Dr. Mehta who delivered you in the baby room. The magnetic effect on his belt will destroy you more than something happening on Pluto. So if it is scientifically broken and psychologically manipulative, why do we still believe in it? Because uncertainty is terrifying. We live in a world of chaotic algorithms, economic crashes, and unpredictable futures. We want a script. We want to be told that there is a plan and that we are the main character. Astrology says that the universe is thinking about you. Science says that the universe is vast and beautiful and you can do anything in it. Carl Sagan once said that we are made of beautiful star stuff, and that is very, very true. We are connected to the universe chemically and atomically, but we are not puppets attached to strings pulled by gas giants. Don't let a rock floating 50 million light years away from you decide how your day will be. You decide it yourself. Stay curious and don't forget to like, follow, share and subscribe.